Keep it locked on the dial, baby. Hold on tight to these golden pipes because they're never gonna let you down. This ripple of love is coming at you in 4-dimensional sound. Don't kid yourself and change the dial. If you do, who knows what you'll encounter? Come on, baby. Don't reach for it. Where you going? Whoa! Don't you know that on the other side of the street is a fella made of bones. He's not your type. You're a woman made of love. And you know you can't believe what you're seeing on the time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. La-be-do-be riding, whoa. Oh, like a baby in the moon. I don't know what these lyrics even fucking mean. All right. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. I swear to God, I love Glendale. God, I love it here. These people are so sweet. On the road, they're so nice. So generous. You know, people ask me, they go, "Hey, Mish, what do you love about Glendale?" And I just smile and I look them straight in the eye and I say, you know, I just love the camaraderie out on the road. I love the flexibility and generosity of other motorists. I just love the courteousness out there on the highway. And then they say, "Hey, Mish, what else? What other things are you really happy with these days?" And I say, the news. I love the news. And then they go, "Well, but Mish, you don't really keep up on what's going on. So what do you mean you love the news?" And then I, of course, you know, when pinned up against the wall like that by somebody, I say, no, I'm being sarcastic. I hate the news. Well, why do you hate the news, Mish? Journalists are out there on the beat trying to get you the stories and the scoop, and you have to be informed about the world affairs. It's your duty to stay informed, Klein. You know? You have the privilege of voting. You might as well be informed on who you're voting for. And I just burp and look at him and I go, you know, the news is a little bit like Friends. If you had a friend that constantly lied to you and was protecting the richest kid in school by telling you half-truths about what was happening day to day, you know, on campus, do you think you'd still be friends with that person? Do you think you'd be calling that person every single day? The news got my 3 strikes, you're out. I'm not gonna sit around and consume lies. I'm not going to sit around and consume the propaganda of some apparatus that covers its own ass for some corporate interest. Because that's all the news is. It's bought and it's sold garbage to play on your emotions, to get you all revved up about this or that or the other. And then you're walking around, what? Angry, bitter, confused, overwhelmed, full of venom and hatred for your fellow man. You get siloed by the news. I've seen it just do a number on people. And I'm not interested. I don't care. You know, where's the adult in the room? You know, I thought the news was going to help bring balance to the force. You know, I thought the news was going to be like holding the powerful people of this world's feet to the fire. But that's not how it works. That's not what the news is all about. That's not how it goes down. You know, the CIA and the news work hand in hand to help the corporate cocksuckers pull massive grifts on fucking saps like you. That's all they do. It's the propaganda arm of the gangsters. So you can sit and watch it all you want. I think it's toxic and unhealthy. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I don't know what's to talk about. What are there upbeat subjects? You know, like I was hopeful. You know, and COVID is the event that essentially broke the last, you know, like the camel's back. It was so obvious, you know, that not only was it the biggest wealth transfer in human history, and if you can't kind of shake yourself out of your hypnotic, you know, stupor to see why and how that happened and how complicit the news was, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Yeah. People are just, they're waiting for some sort of accountability. They're waiting for some sort of official disclosure. They're waiting for somebody in power, somebody with influence, somebody in the limelight to be the adult and stand up and commemorate this giant tragic event that destroyed so many people's lives and livelihoods. It destroyed so many businesses. It destroyed so many relationships. But it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen because they all colluded. We watched them collude. And they lied. And so they lost my trust. It's dead. I don't have trust for the institutions of government and the media and the corporations that are running this world. I don't trust them with anything. They don't care. They feign care when it's convenient for them. you know, during the midterms and the election cycle. That's when they stand up and they make their sweet little speeches and make all their promises. But the news just sweeps big stories under the rug. You know, the war's too important to hear about the whistleblower that stood up before Congress or before the Senate a couple weeks ago and literally said this thing was made in the lab and it leaked from a lab. Should have been one of the biggest stories on the fucking planet. So, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe not following the news makes me ignorant. But ignorance is bliss, baby. On the move. Negatively charged, nascent, encyclopedic flime dobblers are constantly getting chewed by the cud of other twin membrane sisters that collapse in a pile of petrified bones.